Trigger warning incoming. If you don't like what I say, get the fuck out. So, hey there guys, it's me, Joshua Pac-Man. And Elon Musk has finally done it. He's bought Twitter, the absolute mad lad. Now, honestly, I've actually been thinking about doing something like this for quite a while, where I will do more a predictions video about what would inevitably happen on Twitter. I propose more like a Tumblr exodus, except nowhere near as large, where an entire platform fails, but it's definitely significant on what's going to happen. Now, by all means, I don't actually think that Elon Musk buying Twitter is bad. And in fact, actually, I'm one of those people who would rather, take out 45 ACP to kill a guy on center mass than to wait for the police. Go fuck yourself if you disagree. But, semi-sarcastic statement aside, both sides are already doing dumb stuff. The far right is acting like a bunch of 4chaners, while the far left are acting like a bunch of wee little babies. Yay, this is the human race, y'all. I can't wait for what's next. Genuinely though, I think what is going to happen, and I'm partially making this stupid prediction video because, look at me, I'm an armchair fucking intelligent guy or whatever. I've been actually wanting to do this for a while. Now, my prediction is that within the next 3 months, I think what's gonna happen is that we're gonna reach the Twitter civil war. And for as much as I'm dramatizing this, I'm not entirely wrong. I think for the next 3 months, we're gonna reach a period where Twitter becomes probably worse than whatever the hell 4chan and the fucking Kiwi farms are. Which I'm pretty sure, people from the Kiwi farms and 4chan who are watching this video are gonna laugh or scoff. But I actually don't think I'm gonna be wrong about that fact. It's gonna become a fucking hellhole, a bunch of slurs, fucking personal attacks, accusations. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be terrible. Lots of cancellations, careers lost, and it's definitely not gonna affect that many people in actual real life. But what I do know is that inevitably there's going to be a 6 to 12 month long exodus that's going to happen, and it's going to be very slow. It's going to be a slow exodus, and realistically, I think it's going to be much more noticeable by the time we're 2 years into this exodus. It's already happened, and a bunch of people are already going, boo-hoo, complaining, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. I think when it comes to it, my thoughts on Elon Musk buying Twitter is that I'm going to use Andrew Tate as an example. Because with Andrew Tate, I never once have watched any of his live streams. And I have what's pretty frankly an uncontroversial opinion of him. I think he's a goofy guy. He probably is, he's fucking weird, that's for sure. But I think with Andrew Tate, he's the least harmful of what's going to happen. And realistically, if someone like Andrew Tate gets reinstated, eventually we're going to go through a also simultaneous period where Twitter becomes more sensible, post-Twitter civil war at least. And not where we actually get civil conversations. Dude, any person who thinks that's gonna happen is fucking... Oh man, I wanna know what type of drugs you're taking, because that's funny as shit. But I do think we're gonna get some form of civilization on Twitter. The Twitter losers are gonna become civilized someday, hopefully. But that time is going to be long before that happens. But I do think that there is going to be a certain point where that's going to happen. It's just not going to happen immediately. Or for 6 months, as I said before. Mainly because we kind of need this Twitter civil war and an exodus to happen. Now, okay. Actually, speaking of which, let me talk about the political spectrum on Twitter. Most, or I should say, the average Twitter jackass, if they're not extremely right-leaning, which chances are they probably aren't even using Twitter, then they're most likely extremely left-leaning. People like the LGBTQ, the woke, the fucking writers on She-Hulk, people who aren't like me, lower class to middle class families in literally anywhere else that isn't New York and California. Specifically Los Angeles. I fucking hate that place. That place is full of hypocrites and dummies. Right, back on track though. I think what's gonna inevitably happen is that because for like a good amount of time, Twitter was fairly right, or no, not right leaning, left leaning. My bad. Fairly left leaning, and I think what's gonna happen is that as the pendulum that's extremely left leaning, it's gonna eventually slow down, and it's gonna fucking swing alright, bro. That shit is swinging, bro. But eventually, I think what's gonna happen, and what I think should happen, is that eventually that pendulum starts to slow down and become a lot more moderate. And why do I think this is a good thing? Because that's how actual discussion comes, not by people from two extreme opposing sides talking to each other. It's people right in the middle where they can meet in the middle. And this is kind of the thing that I don't think will happen for a long time. Or if it's gonna happen, it's gonna take like bumblefuck amount of time, really. But I think we're gonna get a much more moderate or centrist leaning Twitter, at least within 3 years. I say that because, come on, bro, it's the fucking internet. People got the attention span of a goldfish. What do you expect people to do? But I think within 3 years, Twitter's gonna eventually become a lot more moderate, much more centrist, and become a lot more, I don't know, sane. And yeah, I personally think it's gonna be an interesting ride. I can't wait for what dramas that's gonna happen. And also, I think this is gonna affect plenty of people quite severely, actually. Because if this Twitter exodus, which I'm hoping to dear fuck, happens, then people like H3H3, Hassan, and by extent, fucking, I don't know. Well, okay. Kefos. Yeah, Kefos. People like H3H3, Kefos, and Hassan, they're gonna actually lose quite a bit of their popularity and power on Twitter compared to before. And I think this is gonna be very important because they used to be. They're gonna eventually lose a good portion of their power, and I think that's gonna be very important. Because they primarily have larger voices on live streaming platforms, with Hassan and Kefos on Twitch and H3H3 on YouTube. But I think they're gonna inevitably lose a good portion of their supporting audience on Twitter, which is gonna be, in my opinion, very good because especially Hassan, I don't like him. He's a fucking idiot. He tries to act like a wannabe intellectual. He's not even close. But when it comes to it, they're gonna eventually lose a good portion of their power. It's gonna happen over a long period of time. It's not gonna happen immediately. Trust me, I know plenty of people are gonna be like, I want it now! No, be patient. You're not some little kid who's waiting to open the presents for Christmas Day. No. They're gonna inevitably lose their power. And this is gonna affect them quite a lot on Twitter, actually. Generally, I think, though, what I think might happen is that, from what I've heard, Tumblr itself has been able to pick itself up. So I think there's gonna be an emergence of a tertiary platform that a bunch of these extremists on the left are gonna migrate to. Because they tend to be, I don't know, the fucking more active side and more successful, ironically. So I think they're gonna migrate to a platform. Either Tumblr picks itself back up again, or we get some random alternative that appears that people end up liking. Or I don't know, TikTok becomes Twitter to Electric Boogaloo. I kind of doubt that's gonna happen, but you never know. This is kind of just a fun little, I don't know, rant video I wanted to make for a while. And I kind of just got to it now because fuck it, why not? I personally don't think I have much expectations. I don't think Twitter's gonna change that much immediately. But I do think that the overall community, or just American Twitter at least, is gonna become, I don't know, less stupid, I'm guessing. So yeah, this is your neighborhood fucking teenager or whatever, signing out. Please subscribe, like, send me hate mail and hate comments. I do not mind. Oh, and also, by all means, fucking do some hate speech to me. I actually encourage people to tell me some fucking hate speech. Anyways, this is Joshua Pac-Man signing out.